Welcome to my YouTube channel Random Videos UK. This is Tower Bridge. Cable car in Greenwich, London. Today I'm going to ride river cruise from Festive Pier to Greenwich. Let's go.
in 1894, a twin suspension bascule bridge. And when I say bascule bridge, I mean the lower section of the centre arch raises in two halves like giant drawbridges to allow larger shipping in and out the upper pool of London. But Tower Bridge was actually built in the Gothic style to blend in with its surroundings. Through the bridge and to the right we have the world famous Tower of London. The work first commenced on the tower under the orders of William the Conqueror in 1078. It's been used as many things this time: a royal palace, a zoo, a mint, an observatory, most famously a prison and a place of execution. It's over there today where they keep the crown jewels, guarded by the Queen's beefeaters. But to the left-hand side, a rather strange-looking building, looks a bit like a motorcycle crash helmet, the old City Hall building. Now, for years London was run from this building, and we was always led to believe that we owned it. But it turns out we don't. Our present-day mayor, Sadiq Khan, come along a few years back, well, about a year ago, and he said we don't own it, we rent it. The rent has become so much, he decided to move out. He's gone to new premises in Tower Hamlets, and that building today is laying empty. But all the land over there on the left, all the way from Tower Bridge right the way up to London Bridge, it's all privately owned land, and it all belongs to a member of the Qatar royal family, or as they also like to call themselves, the St Martin's Property Group. They also own the tallest tower block in Western Europe. On the left, dominating the skyline, the Shard. At the moment, the Shard is still the tallest tower block at 1,016 feet tall. It comprises of many different things: a luxury 5-star hotel, private apartments, a few different restaurants, and the top ever built for the British Royal Navy. Weighs 11,500 tonne. She saw active service during World War II, and she last fired her guns in anger at the Korean campaign. Decommissioned from the Navy in the 70s, brought here by the Imperial War Museum, she's now permanently moored up 7 days a week as a museum ship to the public. A fantastic place to take young children, with 7 decks to explore from the engine room to the navigational bridge. You'll lose them on there for quite a few hours. To the right hand side, behind the trees, we have the Water Guard House, headquarters of Her Majesty's Customs and Excise. Now that is where they train those lovely smiling people who rip your bags apart when you get to the airport. Also coming up on the right hand side, we have the lovely yellow brick building, the old Billingsgate Fish Market. Now, a fish market stood on this site for nearly 900 years, until the late 80s, when the tradition was sadly broken and it moved downstream to larger premises in the Docklands area. That building today is a private function hall. The only fish over there today are the weather vanes on the top. In front of us, we have the new London Bridge. The new London Bridge. This one was opened by Her Majesty the Queen in 1973. First ever London Bridge dates back to the Roman times of AD 43. The London Bridge before this became unsafe, taken down stone by stone and sold to an American oil company, where it now spans Lake Havasu in the Arizona desert, USA. Before we go through the bridge, look to the right, look between the gap of the buildings. In between the gap, you're going to see the Church of St Magnus, or the Magnus the Martyr. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren, as well as being a church, it's actually a museum. Through the bridge and to the left-hand side, between the buildings, the lovely Southwark Cathedral. In Southwark Cathedral, a man called John Harvard was baptised, the son of a local tradesman. He left England and went to America, where he founded the Harvard Library, and in turn it became a part of the Harvard University in Massachusetts, USA. Also to the left we have a small sailing ship in wet dock. It's the replica of Francis Drake's old ship, it's the Golden Hind. Francis Drake was the first Englishman to navigate the world. As I say, it's a replica ship and it was built down in Devon about 35 years ago to commemorate Drake's voyage. Now moored up as a museum. You pay a small fee, go on there. Now on the land to the left hand side, this is known as Bankside and it's in the district of Southwark. In Elizabethan times, Bankside was the red light entertainment area. Over there you would have found bear baiting pits, dog fighting pits, gambling dens, circuses, taverns, houses of horizontal pleasure, all owned and licensed by the bishops of Winchester. But it was also to the left where you would have found all the old theatres. Entertainment wasn't allowed on the right. This was the city. So through the bridge and coming up on the left, you'll see the building with the white stones building with the thatched roof, the replica of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, built to the dream of an American film director, Sam Wanamaker. The first building in London to be built entirely out of wood since the Great Fire of London of 1666. Go over there today, see an old Shakespearean play being reenacted as it would have been done in Shakespeare's time. Over there, see things like a pile of old bricks, half a cow in a jar, or a bit of screwed up newspaper. It really is a fantastic day out. Now if you want to see a real work of art, as we pass beneath Norman Foster's Millennium Footbridge, look to the right hand side. Look where the bridge goes between the two buildings. At one point we had a lovely full-length view of Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St Paul's Cathedral. It took Wren 35 years to complete. It stands 365 feet tall. It is the second largest unsupported cathedral dome in Europe, the second to that of St Peter's in the Vatican City in Rome. The red brick building in front of St Paul's, the new City of London School. A young man called Daniel Radcliffe went to school there before he became Harry Potter. But Alexander Fleming, the man who discovered penicillin, and none other than himself had his own express wish, Sir Christopher Wren. Just to name but